Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and welcome back to another Squarespace rapid fire critique where I give one of your websites a rapid fire critiquey McCritiquerson. Now, before we get into the critique of Kyle T. Brown's website and photos, let me just remind you that this video is brought to you by Squarespace. If you're looking to build your very own online website, use what I use for JaredPolin.com. Go to squarespace.com/FroKnowsPhoto to get your 14-day free trial. And if you decide that it's for you, use the code FroKnowsPhoto at checkout to get 10% off your first order. So the first thing that I see on Kyle T. Brown's website is just a bunch of images. There's no rhyme or reason as to why we are here or what is here, but look at how many images we have to go through on this front page. You've got sports, stage events, portraits, studio and location, about and contact, which I'm perfectly fine with that breakdown, but I don't like that there's not really a starting point. There's no like you come to KyleTBrown.com. Oh, it doesn't say Kyle T. Brown, it says KyleThomasBrown.com. You come to his website and you're just like smack dab, oh snap, there's a ton of images to look at. So the first thing that I would want to do is have a bunch of different galleries. Either like, this is mine, JaredPolin.com. This is just for under people. If we go back to the beginning of my website, you can choose your own adventure. Do you want to go down the 6 degrees past or the photo stories path, not past? Also down here, I actually have other different photo stories options that you can have, but at least here you can decide to choose your own adventure. With Kyle's, I think he needs to come up with something like that because there's too many images here that are mishmashed in the sports that, and there's a lot in here that shouldn't be here. Should we critique some of them? We'll do that in a minute, but let's go to About so we can see who Kyle is. Hi, my name is Kyle. Kyle is a Toledo, Ohio-based photographer. Kyle. Did you write this yourself, Kyle? If you wrote this yourself, that's fine, but write it about yourself. You don't need to talk about yourself in third person. You are Kyle. Hi, my name is Kyle. I'm a Toledo-based Ohio photographer who loves making people smile. And I love this. Kyle is a Toledo, Ohio-based photographer who loves making people. Kyle, do you really think did somebody else really write this? Like, Kyle loves making people smile. Did they interview you for this? I really think you wrote it. So own it, man. My name's Kyle. I love making people smile and get to know every client I photograph. Understanding each client's experience will help show who they are in each photo taken of them. You don't have to say of them, you can just say each photo taken because you're talking about your client, so it's known, you don't have to say of them. He is currently the official track photographer at Martinville Raceway in Atlanta, Attica, Ohio, alongside of freelancing of multiple companies. Alongside of freelancing for multiple companies? Alongside, I also freelance for other companies. Kyle grew up in Millville, New Jersey, and moved to Ohio, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, what I'm saying, Kyle, is write it about yourself and just get right to the point. So let's go to his sports images because that seems to be what he likes to push. You've got basketball images. When you click here, you've got a nice photo, and then we can go through previous and next right here. This is built on Squarespace. I did double check. You don't need to have a Squarespace website for me to critique it, by the way. You can go to bit.ly/FroCritiques, by the way, to submit your websites. All right, I'm gonna quickly go through here and critique some of this stuff because I don't want this to take terribly too long. But I'm fine with this first image, second image gone. The racetrack, I mean, it's fine, it's nothing special, but I would have it in its own category. Have basketball be one, have hockey be one, have golf be one, have go-karts be one, whatever you want. But to me, this doesn't really serve much of a purpose. Yes, this guy won, but it's not that great. It's just a snapshot with the flash. This eyes on the puck, I mean, it's okay, but the quality of the image is like it's cropped tremendously to get this shot. It's a nice moment captured. I will not take that away from you at all. This is a fantastic moment. The shot, the puck, the goalie's glove, that is spot on. It just quality-wise isn't quite there. So I would have I would have roughly 10 images about basketball. Then I'd have your horse stuff. This isn't very good. in terms of, you know, it's practice, so it's not that big of a deal during practice. I wouldn't use this image. This is all right because it shows a coach on the sideline. Well, it says coach's view right there. Get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this. Anything with practice in it, to me, unless it's telling an interesting photo story, I would just call it a snapshot and get rid of it. So we really need to cut down on what are the best of the best images here. And, you know, like this is not an incredible photo. It's just a guy swinging the club. Yeah. Yep. See, I like this more because there's some, you got the golf carts in the background, you've got some interesting dress. This four-corner champ, whatever, I wouldn't use that one. I'd really come in here and narrow this stuff down much better. Also, I'd leave yourself a little bit more room in the frame for allowing her to go forward as she does her slap bunt thing like that. In terms of hockey, not a great hockey shot because it's just somebody coming into the face-off circle. It's just like a filler image. I know we could go through here. This is much better. That's nice. This is nice drive in the lane. Nice windmill. I would try to cut back, you know, aperture-wise, you can see what's happening to the background. I would just come in here and select down to your best 20 images total. But I would start the website off with choose your adventure. Would you like sports? Would you like to see stage events, portraits, studio on location? Have your choose your own adventure, however you would like. Let's see, stage events. Same thing as sports. Yeah, same thing as sports. We just scroll. There's no organization here. You've got Greta Van Fleet up top. Ah! Greta Van Fleet! Ah! Blah! I mean, that's what he looks like. Blah! I've actually never photographed Greta Van Fleet. A Jason Flom signing, by the way. Jason Flom signed Greta Van Fleet. Let me show you 6 degrees. Jason Flom. This is actually a funny story. So let me click down here on my site. We were sitting right here, and Jason Flom is telling me about a band that is going to save rock and roll. And his shirt says the Church of Rock and Roll, by the way. And he flips his computer around, and it's this band called Greta Van Fleet. He's like, I just signed these guys, and they're going to save rock and roll. This was before anybody knew who they were. He flipped his computer around, and I was like, Led Zeppelin. Of course, there's that thing that people always say. So anyway, same thing here. You got to cut down to the best of the best images and pick 20 of them, or separate them similarly if you have enough images to how, in my opinion, I like doing it. 6 degrees, I've got that separated like this. Or when we go into photo stories, I have it separated by people. So you can scroll down and you can see it is much cleaner. Funny example, we're gonna go back to this site from August 5th, 2003. This is my website. It was called Double Expressions. I was in a business with another photographer, and this is what my page looked like back then. I knew almost nothing about HTML, but I figured out how to do this grid of images. Of course, they're not all saved there anymore, but the funny thing is, like, I shot Michelle Branch. Look at this. Oh no, sorry, Vanessa Carlton. It was Vanessa Carlton. She comes out, like, we're at the TLA in Philly. The bathroom door opens and it's Vanessa Carlton. I'm like, oh, hi, Vanessa Carlton. Do you know who opened for Vanessa Carlton this night in probably 2003? No, actually, this was film. So probably 2000, 2001, Maroon 5 opened for Vanessa Carlton back then. The reason I'm showing you this website is just to show you what I did back in the day. Is I listed all of these thumbnails. Wasn't easy to do, but at least you could have a grid of different musicians and go ahead and search through it. Not saying that was great, but I think we need to see that right here with his images. I don't mind this image of Greta Van Fleet right here, but this image isn't in focus. You got to get rid of it. This image, not in focus either. Oh boy, low res, you got to get rid of it. Greta Van Fleet, again, try to come around the side more so you're not getting microphone in mouth. You know that he's gonna go up with his right hand most of the time to do his yelling. Get across to the side so you can shoot and get a clean shot of his face. Do some research, anybody, before you go photograph a musician or an artist or whoever, and know which hand they hold the mic with generally. Watch videos of them performing. You can see how they perform, so then you can know where to go when you get to do the shoot. Let me cut in here real quick to let you know that the image that you see on the screen right now was edited using FroPack 2. If you're looking to speed up your raw workflow or give yourself a great starting point, we created 15 all-new custom Lightroom presets that you can check out right now at FroKnowsPhoto.com/FroPack2. Over there, you can play with the sliders to see the befores and the afters, and if you decide that they're for you, you can pick them up on sale right now for 40% off. Or if you'd like to save even more, you can pick up the FroPack bundle, which includes FroPack 1 and FroPack 2 at a discounted price. Now, let's get back to the video. Yeah, we just gotta edit this stuff down to get with better shots. Also, these super tight shots don't really tell a story of what is going on. It's just a picture of a guy on stage. I believe this is Sublime with Rome, right? So they're too tight. I don't have a problem with tight photos, but tell the story of what is going on, because this is just all end up looking like snapshots. Just snapshots of people on stage. If you can get access to the stage to shoot out, it will look better. But this is why I don't like festivals. They all look the same. Shot after shot after shot after shot ends up looking the same. I'm looking for something to pop out here at me, but right now they're not popping out at me. They're just snapshots of musicians on stage. This is better. I like this. There's some dimension here. I like that one. That one stood out to me a little more. Out of focus, or super low res. I'm not being harsh just to be harsh, Kyle. I'm just saying that you probably have better shots than this. If you narrow it down to your best 10, 15, 20, it could be more than 20, whatever you decide it is, but pick your best of the best with honors. Showcase the best images. And this goes for anybody out there. You can take 8 trillion photos, but if you pick the best 20 to show, and then the 8 trillion minus 20 were actually terrible, nobody knows that. All they know is that you put your best foot forward. And I'll say this again, because I've said it a million times. You are the last line of defense between putting out great work and shitty work. If you put out shitty work, it's on you, because you are the one putting it out into the world. So put out the best to the best with honors, sir, and you will do much better. All right, let's go into portraits and see how we're doing in portraits. That's nice. This is good. That's a perfect portrait, like with the background, that works out. These cheerleaders work out. These guys who, Team Dad Bod, I'll just say it. Nice portraits, but I would get rid of stuff like this. Stillwell meet and greet. There's no reason to have that there. This is just a snapshot. This is just a snapshot. This is very nice of her up on the horse. But a lot of this stuff I would tank. I'd get rid of it. I'd only have a couple of these, and this isn't as good as the ones up here. Like, that's very good, that's very good, a little too much headroom. This is good. Yeah. Some of these I would just have to get rid of because they just don't work. And like I say, put your best foot forward and you'll be better off. Now let's go to studio and locations. All right. I can live with it. That looks good. This looks good. I like what's going on with the pour the rainbow. Some nice detailed work. So I'm liking what I'm seeing here. When it comes to food and lighting this flash is killing. It looks like it's done with a flash. It may be done with a flash. I mean, natural lighting near a window is what you could do. These just need to be colored better because they look super flat. There's not a lot of dimension in it. It doesn't look enticing for me to eat. So I like some of these. I'd want to edit down some of the other ones. Right off the rip, I just think we need to do a better job of selecting your best images. I'll leave that to you to do, but in each one of these sections, pick your best 10, 15, 20, showcase those for each section. It will just make you look better that you're putting out the best work possible. I know you have it in there, you just have to find it and you just have to put it there. So we've done about, let's click on contact, simple contact form, really easy to get in touch with you. This is a Squarespace website as it says right here. You can just go ahead and click. This is an easy ad if you ever need to add that. So it's a very basic site. There's nothing wrong with a basic site. I'd recommend putting in a home page here, very similar to what happens when we click on Jared Polin. I like having a slideshow that plays in the background. I like being able to choose my own adventure, 6 degrees, photo stories, whichever way you would like it to go. I like having that option because it's not overwhelming when you get to the page and then all you see is this. This is what you're faced with. So if you could narrow it down, edit these images down to the best of the best, put in a front page, I think you're doing pretty good. Also, work on the about page, as we said earlier, just to work on, you wrote it. Remember that, you write your about page. Don't do the third person thing. It doesn't make you sound cooler or better. Hi, my name is Kyle. Kyle, my name is Kyle. I'm a freelance photographer, or forget freelance. I'm a photographer. It doesn't have to be freelance or whatever. I used to put professional in there when I was 14 because I thought it would make me sound cool, and just if I say it, that people would believe it. Yeah, no, that's not the case. I'm a photographer. I love capturing people's smiles. I love making people smile and capturing those images. I like to photograph this, this, and this. If there's something you'd like to commission me for, go ahead, drop me a message from Contact Me page, and I will reply to you as soon as possible. Just talk about it like that. So that's pretty much it for this rapid fire critique. I hope this helped you guys out. I know it's one of those little more critical images. I was a little more critical on some of those, but I think that's what you need to be. You can't be afraid to be critical. It's okay to be critical, and hopefully there's some feedback in here that Kyle will take to make his website better, which will then lead to either more jobs or whatever Kyle is looking for. So if you'd like to submit your best 10 images or website for a rapid fire critique, go to bit.ly/FroCritiques. Yeah, bit.ly/FroCritiques to submit yours. That's where I'm gonna leave it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.